Welcome back. It's time now for Media Watch, and for that I'm joined by James Creedon. Hi there, James.
Good evening, Tom.
Now, we're going to start with the best of the worst of Silvio Berlusconi. What are you going to bring us?
Well, it's an extended chronic this evening, Tom. We're going to be here for the next 3 hours, actually, going through the list of all of his gaffes over the years. I'm not going to keep you that long, but it is quite an extensive list, and actually it's been a favourite of a lot of websites today. If you have a look at the New Statesman online, they have their top 10 gaffes down through the years, various things that he's come out with. In a few months, I'm going to leave this beep country, which I'm sickened of. That was just last July. So they've done a top 10 of particular quotes that he's had. If you have a look at Les Inrecuptibles here in France, they also have a top 10, Les 10 casseroles, or the top 10 saucepans, as the French say, for rather unusually for gaffes. Exactly. So let's have a listen, or a look rather, at some of those pictures. A lot of these websites have been pulling up of his history. There was a famous moment in 2003 in the European Parliament where a German MEP by the name of Martin Schulz was told essentially that he was a Nazi. You'd be perfect for the role of capo in the concentration camps, Berlusconi told him. Then there was that rather embarrassing moment as well where Angela Merkel, I don't know if you remember this or if we have the pictures of it, Angela Merkel was left waiting on a red carpet because he had to answer a phone call. There was that moment where he, in 2000, I think, where he compared himself to Jesus Christ, where he said that Mussolini hadn't killed anybody and that he had just sent people abroad on holidays. I mean, the list goes on and on. When Obama was elected, he said that he was tanned, which is sort of not very politically correct, really, to call an African-American president tanned. And it goes on and on. In 2009, he said that Italian women were so beautiful that it is impossible to prevent them from being raped. We'd need too many soldiers. So really, a sense of humour that certainly overstepped the mark on more than one occasion. And the media very much eager to recount all of those big gaffes down through the years. Today, the day after he announced he's going to stand down.
Yeah, look in the markets, I think they've had enough of the jokes as well. They want something a little bit more serious. Now let's move on to Greece.
Yes.
And there's something called Go Greek for a Week, and it's a new reality TV show in Britain. What's the idea behind that?
Okay, this is Channel 4. Now, when I heard about it initially, I thought, oh, they're going to get British people to go over and live with the limited means of a lot of Greek people today. I thought, oh, it's going to help people to understand how difficult it is in the current economic circumstances. In fact, it's the total opposite. They've picked a surgeon, a bus driver, and a hairdresser, and they're sending them over to discover all of the benefits that Greek people benefit from, the benefits you benefit from. For example, the bus driver, and I think we have images of him in a moment, discovers how many bonuses you get. For example, if you turn up for work early, if you actually check people's tickets, you could end up basically earning twice the average wage. So this is what they're trying to point out: the way in which Greece has wasted its money and ended up in the situation that it's in, dragging the rest of us down with it, quote unquote. So this is a surgeon. I think this is the bus driver here. There's also a surgeon who's told how he can cheat on his invoice and not pay any taxes. Now, I don't know, I think it's a little bit exaggerated. And if you go on to Twitter, as we'll have a look now, hashtag Go Greek is actually trending. This show started this Monday and it's going to continue for several more weeks. A lot of people very critical of it. You can see this tweet here. Saying, I am so glad so many friends from the UK are calling, saying that this is racist, xenophobic and trash television. That's obviously a Greek person. And this tweet here, also very dissatisfied with the programme. I trust that the second episode of Go Greek will show families living on £500 a month, pensioners begging, and a small businessman hanging himself. Let's have a listen actually to one brief moment from that show where the bus driver is discovering the benefits that he's going to have in going Greek.
Right. Well, if you're prepared to go Greek for a week, we can find you some bonuses.
Such as?
The first bonus we'll talk about is actually turning up for work. You will get an allowance of £75 a year for buying milk.
Really? For milk?
Yes, indeed. And most importantly of all, you would get a bonus because you're a married man.
Move me to Greece.
So perhaps a slightly simplistic way of covering a very complex crisis by blaming the Greeks.
Indeed, and of course it's a very sad story as well for so many people in Greece there. Well, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Tom.
To you, James Creedon. That brings to an end Media Watch. Well, stay tuned because we've got all the latest international headlines coming up. Plus, Dan Levy will be here with a roundup of all the top sports news, including a new surfing record. Stay tuned for that.
How does the world's #1 in women's tennis treat herself between games and continents? She flies Turkish Airlines.
Game, set, and match. Wozniacki.
We are Turkish Airlines. We are globally